Hey everyone, and welcome to the Pricing for Associations podcast, where we give away all of our knowledge on pricing and value strategy for your association. I'm Dr. Michael Tazernetti. I am both a certified association executive and a certified pricing professional, and I'm the founder and CEO at pricingforassociations.com, where we guide associations just like yours forward in their pricing and value strategy. So today I'm answering a question from an association professional. If you have a question that you would like for us to answer on the podcast, head over to pricingforassociations.com/podcast with your question, and I will answer it on a future episode. Now, before I dive into the question and answer, please remember that this is general advice and not specific consulting recommendations. So take what we share as a learning opportunity, not necessarily the exact path forward for your organization right now. Okay. All right. So today's question is Dr. Michael, we are looking at raising the price of our annual conference, and we're not sure how to do that while still having people afford the old price or take that into account. What should we do? Okay. So I've been getting this question a lot because with New Year, we're always thinking ahead to conferences and events, especially if your event is in the fall, then you're probably getting ready to announce those prices now in the spring. As I'm recording this, it's March of 2023. But yeah, this is a common thing. So here's what I actually like to say, especially if you're worried about people being able to afford coming to your event as you raise the price. Now, first of all, of course, you should only be raising the price to be in alignment with the value that you're providing for the conference, right? So we're probably not, I'm guessing, looking at some big, 50% price increase. We're probably looking at something more nominal, especially with inflation right now. The costs of putting on conferences, in person events really is up. So our costs for things like digital education and certification and membership honestly are not up in the same way that events are. So events are an area where you might need to go up in price. So here's what I recommend. If you're looking at affordability, this is where I play with early bird pricing. And I allow that to kind of take into account affordability for your members, especially if your members are the ones paying to attend the event. Now, if you know that their employer paying, that's also a little bit of a different strategy. They are less price sensitive compared to an individual who might be paying for their event, admission for attending, and or their flight, hotel, etc. So what I like to do is this: if you've never had an early bird rate, now is the perfect time to go ahead and throw one in there. So let's say, for example, that your conference is normally $1,500 to attend, and you're looking at bringing the price to 1800 hypotheticals. What I would do is I would actually offer an early bird rate at 1500. I would look historically at your data trends for when do people tend to register and try to figure out at what point are 10 to 20% of those people registered by, and make that your early bird cutoff. Now you might, this is where you're testing things out, you might have an uptick, you might have 50% sign up by early bird, and if so, then moving forward, we can kind of budget for that and take that into account. But it allows accessibility for those who maybe can't afford to pay the 1800. It lights a fire, if you will, and a sense of urgency for them to sign up. It also is a level of goodwill saying, hey, you can still attend for 1500, but by this cutoff date. And then you can make the normal rate the 1800, assuming that the majority of your people will sign up at that higher rate. And therefore, it's bringing in that additional profitability of $300 per person times 80% of your normal attendance. So that could be some of that revenue increase that you're looking for. Now, if you already have an early bird rate, you can still play with it in the same way. You can say, okay, now our early bird rate becomes what our regular rate was last year, and our regular rate is now this new amount. And likewise, you can still communicate that, hey, we're making this affordable and accessible at this rate. Um, of course, again, if you have an industry that's really been hit or a lot of individuals who are paying, then you might make an isolated decision to have scholarships or prorated amounts, things like that, depending on the circumstances of your audience, of your membership. Okay, so this is a general, piece of advice, but it is one that I've seen work really, really well for organizations who are afraid to raise the price of their event, and still come across with the goodwill, with the affordability and the accessibility that they need for their audience. So simply make that your early bird rate, and then that encourages people to sign up earlier. Um, and possibly even increase your attendance in that way. And if not, then they can sign up at the higher rate. So, yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you found the content valuable. For more pricing and value content specifically for associations, you can check out our blog at pricingforassociations.com/blog. We have all of our free content there, videos, articles, all the good stuff. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to let us know. Otherwise, until next time, we look forward to continuing to provide valuable content to you. Have a great day.